Many people associate the word revelation with a Hollywood-style collapse of civilization, boiling oceans, terrifying plagues, and a literal clock ticking down to the end of time. But the text opens with a very different tone. It arrives as an intimate, urgent letter written to people navigating a season of intense suffering. Understanding John's vision requires moving past the concept of a doomsday clock and seeing it for what it is, a practical survival guide for the human spirit during its darkest chapters. The author, John, wrote these words from a place of deep isolation, the rocky island of Patmos, where he lived in exile, separated from his community by a vast sea. His letters were addressed to 7 real, historical congregations in the Roman province of Asia, communities in cities like Ephesus, Smyrna, and Pergamum. These people lived under the crushing weight of their era. They faced intense state persecution, extreme poverty, and the looming threat of the Roman prison system. To each congregation, John repeats a singular, defining challenge: to be he that overcometh. This lived experience of ordinary people provides the emotional weight needed to support the cosmic visions that follow. After addressing the realities of the Roman streets, John's perspective shifts toward a surreal cosmic scale. He describes a great red dragon sweeping through the stars and a massive shadowed beast rising from ocean waves, crowned with names of blasphemy. He details the entity known as Babylon, a sprawling, corrupt system drunk on its own wealth and the blood of those it has exploited. These terrifying figures serve as personifications of systemic chaos, political oppression, and the abstract forces of despair that threaten to devour the individual. They mirror the feeling of being trapped within a corrupt system that seems too massive and too powerful to ever truly defeat. This raises an impossible question. How can ordinary, suffering people hope to defeat such an invincible darkness? Earthly logic suggests fighting violence with even greater violence, but John presents a solution that is completely counterintuitive. The text reveals that the dragon is defeated by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. This victory is won through radical endurance, keeping the commandments, speaking the truth, and refusing to surrender one's soul, even when faced with death. Within the framework of revelation, true power is found in the refusal to be broken by the dark. Eventually, the supposedly invincible structures of oppression reach a breaking point. Babylon and the beasts begin to fracture and fall. The collapse is absolute. The kings and merchants who profited from this system are left in the rubble, forced to watch their exploitative reign end in a single hour. It serves as a reminder that every system built on greed and violence carries an inevitable expiration date. As the chaotic old world falls away, the vision transforms into a breathtaking landscape of light, a new heaven and a new earth. John watches the descent of the New Jerusalem, a perfect divine system of absolute light that replaces the ruined earth. At its center is the ultimate promise of restoration, the wiping away of all tears, and the permanent end of death, sorrow, and pain. This concluding vision portrays the apocalypse as a transition into an eternal beginning of perfect healing. John's vision bridges the gap between the ancient exile of Patmos and the personal, modern-day crucibles we navigate today. Regardless of the specific beast you are facing or the weight of your current chapter, the final pages of the story guarantee the triumph of light. Revelation serves as a final, unbreakable promise that faithful endurance leads to a peace that can never be taken away.